A lot of people think creating content is all about going viral, but in its entirety, in its truth, creating content is all about getting your customers right. And if you've got a small business, if you've been pushing something and you're not utilizing content, this video is for you. I'm going to teach you the exact steps to take to transform your content on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, anywhere you're creating content, to a place that allows for you to actually see customers, right? I've been creating content for a number of years. If you guys do not know me, I'm a part of the top 20 creators in South Africa, nominated by Humans. I have worked closely with platforms like YouTube, platforms like TikTok, and I've been creating content and teaching people about content for many, many years. I have made quite literally millions from creating content because I have been so passionate. Content has helped me hire a team. I've got a full-time cameraman, full-time editor, full-time strategist, full-time social media managers. We've got other people that work with us, and we pay over 15 people every single month, all in the name of content. So if you're ready to learn, please definitely take it easy. I always say get a piece of paper, get a pen, because we're gonna go into the nitty-gritties of how you can actually make money for your business using content. But I do need you to do one thing. I need you to understand that I have a mantra. When you watch my content, please, before you go to the next video, go and action out at least 2 things that you have learned from this video. I try to create this content in a way that helps you action out and take steps to help you actually go and make money. So do me that favor so you can come back and say, Thato, the things you say actually work. I'm going to be quite transparent with you. I'm super chilled. I've got my notes here. I've got the worst memory, but I spend hours preparing for these episodes. I've got a notebook here because I actually sometimes just like writing down what I'm saying because it helps me remember. So the first thing I want to speak to you guys about is the biggest mistake people make. And that's thinking that views equate sales, right? That's not the case. What you need when you're creating content is a sales system. You need to understand what each piece of content actually does for you, right? I always say, there's 4 types of content. There's the content that helps you get awareness. That's the content that usually moves the most, right? And it's showcasing something about your business. So for example, with us, the content that creates the most amount of awareness is actually our podcasts and our shows on our channel, because I have a physical studio here in Midrand where people come in and they rent out and book my studio. But now I made the biggest mistake when I first opened the company. I assumed that because I'm known for podcasting, sales will be automatic, and that wasn't the case. I actually had to get a social media manager and have a person creating content dedicated towards showcasing how podcasting can improve a business, how podcasting can build your personal brand, right? So you have to understand most of those things. So one, we're gonna have the content that basically does awareness, but let's call it attention, right? After attention, you're gonna have the content that builds trust. Now, with this one, I actually got off a call today with one of my friends, Jito. He is a phenomenal person in the e-commerce space. He has built so many brands that generate hundreds and thousands of rands every single month. And he was talking to me about the type of content he's trying to get into. And I was like, bro, people see you, right? Because he wants to start teaching people now how to create content, how to actually do what he does, which is building brands in the e-commerce space. I was like, people see you and they see that you've been creating this income. They see your brands, you showcased it to them. They see your numbers, but they don't have that reason to actually, go and buy your course or actually go and buy your product because they don't trust you. I mean, you can showcase everything you do, but they need to trust you. And that brings me to one of the most important things. When you have a business, when you're doing this thing, who are you? What do you identify as? We've got people who identify as mothers who are single. You've got people who identify as family people and friendship people. For example, myself, everybody knows I am Thato. I am in a relationship. I've got a brother. I've got a friend, Percy. So you know that I'm a very human-centered person. With him, he is a model. So I was saying he needs to play on the fact that he is a model, and he can increase his trust towards these people by speaking about the more personal things. Because when you speak about the more personal things, people see the human in you and in your business, and it makes it easier for them to make that purchase. So we're aware of attention, or rather attention or awareness. Number 2 is trust. Number 3 is positioning. I made a post a couple of days ago speaking about the fact that people are doing content wrong. Everybody is trying to be original in 2026. What I do is that I follow 7 people who are in the tech space, even the beauty space. I don't even create beauty content. Tech space, beauty space. There's someone in the fitness space. And I literally look at the way they create content and I make it better for my niche. So your positioning is very important. How are you creating content that's different? And how do we view you? I've got this free brand audit. To basically helps you position yourself the best way. I'll put the link in the bio. It's just a Canva link. You can go through that. It is designed towards helping people, with their brand deals, like positioning yourself to get the best brand deals. You can check that out. And then the 4th thing in this sales system, most important, is invitation. Now, a lot of you guys are actually inviting people way too soon. Every single post is, I sell pens, buy my pen. I sell pens, buy my pen. I sell pens, buy my pen. No, you need to do it a little bit differently. With us, with the podcasting space, we teach people on our pages how to podcast. We teach people how to set up a camera. We teach people how to actually podcast without us, because we know the importance of education when it comes to our niche. Now, you need to do that, and you need to do that through attention, trust, and positioning, and then you invite them to then purchase what you're selling. Now, with the invitation, you know that it's important for you to do all the things that we mentioned before, but you need to say things like, hey, book a studio session, or send me a DM, or download this free guide, or do you want to join this program? You need to actually tell people how they can reach you. My biggest mistake when I started my influencer marketing agency was just promoting everywhere. I was promoting on LinkedIn, what I do, promoting on Instagram, but I wasn't telling people to book calls. And I didn't understand the importance of, at the end of a message, of me saying, if you'd like to learn more or unpack this or have a simple discussion, let's book a call. Or I didn't learn the importance of gathering the information. You need to get people's information so you can make that next step of turning people that consume your content into people that can actually go and buy. So when people say content doesn't make money, what they really mean is they've never built a system around their content. And one thing that will always be key outside of sales is your content. And we try every single day to teach people how to create content that actually goes into that sales funnel of attention and trust and then invitation. So if you're a small business, if you're a content creator even, and you're trying to generate income, you need to learn the basics of content. You cannot buy a guide on how to get brand deals. You cannot buy a guide on how to improve your sales if you can't even do the most important thing, which is literally creating content that allows for you to have awareness, that allows for you to build trust, and that allows for you to actually invite people to make that purchase, which is why we have built the Creator Kickstart, something that can allow you to learn how to create content the way we create content. People who get hundreds of followers every single hour, people who make hundreds and thousands of rands from creating content every single month. I have written this guide with many influencers, and I've changed many influencers' lives from this guide. So if you guys want something powerful, check the link in the description or just comment down Creator, and we will send you the digital product that can definitely elevate how you create content.